Oh, please, somebody to help me, please. I've been kidnapped by the evil Ranger case. Oh my. Oh, you're back. Welcome back to the Motherboards.org YouTube channel. I'm the Madman Network Ferris, and as you can see, I've been kidnapped by the Ranger case by the people over at Rosewill. So not only do we bring the unboxing, I ask for freedom in the name of justice. Let's jump right in. All right, so here we unbox the Ranger. Got my trusty little camo knife here. Gonna make a quick insertion here, a quick insertion here. Now, Rosewill, if a lot of you people don't know, is basically the house brand of Newegg. So those of you who like Newegg, you should like Rosewill. They try to make their parts so that they can be very affordable. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna turn this thing upside down. And we'll go ahead and try to shake the case out of the box. Case boxings are all a little harder. I probably hit the mic there once or twice, so probably a little boom on there. Go ahead and flip this up. Okay, got that. Put it around one more time. Got that. So, before we move further, right off the bat, we have the Ranger. This has all the stuff inside of it to build your case. Tells you all the specs, everything that you need to do in it. All that good stuff is inside of here in the Rosewill case thing. So we're gonna move forward. Now, this case is pretty much an entry-level case. It's pretty well priced. Comes into the market at about $69. You can see it on Newegg. So we'll start off, I'll show you guys the front of it. Uh-oh, the ice cream man's going by. I'm your ice cream man, stop me when I'm passing by. All right, anyways, back to the case. All right, so we're gonna take the plastic front off. See, it's all well kept in there. And then we can see all the controls that we have here in the front of the case. We have our eSATA right here. We have two USB 3.0 ports, and we have both our headphones and a microphone jack right here. Here is your power light, and you have your reset and your start button, all very easily available on the front. It's kind of Spartan. A lot of people have a lot more stuff on there, but it's still totally enough that you need to go. You can see in the front, all the bays are pretty easily accessible. You've got a little bay here if you want to use some smaller drive, like an old-time floppy or something, which I don't think many people are, but some people might. That little bay's there. So that's pretty nice there. On the top of it, you can see that right now, currently, it has one fan. When we go to the inside of the case, you can see it, but there's actually room for two fans here on the top. You have room, once again, on the back. There's a fan. We'll switch it around here. You can see in the back, we have a rear exit fan right here. Plenty of room down here for your power supply. This little thing pops out. You'll be putting in your own rear I/O that comes with your motherboard. There's water cooling things right here, but the only unfortunate thing about these water cooling vents is you can see they're very small. This is only going to be for really small tubing, so I would honestly say that this is almost a waste of time. These things are only going to fit really small tubing, and the smaller the tubing, the less performance you're going to get from your water cooling system. So everything is, though, hand removable. All these little thumb screws, you just pull them off. I'll go ahead and remove them off so we can start dismantling the case. But you can see this is all very easily. The case feels pretty good in my hands. I don't really feel any sharp edges or anything. That's one thing that I really look for. I know it's a joke on the internet that Rodney Reynolds bitches about not having the motherboard tray removable. I'm just going to be honest with you. That's never been a feature I really cared for. As long as I can access it, that's all that's really mattered to me. So I'm going to go ahead and try to remove the side panels. For those of you who like Ferraris, you're going to like the inside color scheme. It's black and red, also the colors of AMD. So AMD fans will like it as well. Right in here, between this and the case, I actually have to say that cable management is probably not going to be that good on this case. Even though it's an entry level, there's just not very much room here between the door itself and the inside of the case. Anthony Reynolds, my head tech, he's been kind of going back and forth with Ramirez, my other tech, about doing cabling, but on some systems, doing the cable management on the inside of the case like this just isn't really a good option. This is one of those cases as well because there's just not enough room, which is going to be messy. So that might be something that people want to consider. So I'm going to flip it around. You can see that right here, we have a window. So people want to look inside your case for aesthetics, you'll be able to do that. We're going to go ahead and pull the side fan off of here. Okay. We see, like I said before, there's room for fans right here. Now, these are, ooh, okay. I just cut myself. Not good. Okay. These little holes in, yes, these holes in here are very sharp. Sharp edges inside of a case make me angry. I'm not really too good about that. I mean, then again, once again, it is an entry level case, but those edges are sharp. Taking a look at the interior of the case, we can see that where all the hard drives go in here, these are all the 5.25 bays or 5 1/4 bays. They all have a little lock thing here to remove them. You just turn the nozzle, pull it off, pop it back in, and that locks the drive into place. Down here, we have 2 more additional screws right here, and these right here pull a little bracket out. I can't really get this out right now from the way that it is, but there's a bracket on the inside of the case that you can use. Also, right here is another little bracket where you can put a hard drive in if you want to side mount your bay. You can see right here, this will accommodate an SSD or one of the laptop smaller hard drives. You can put it right in there, insert it, and away you go, no problems. Also, here's a bag with all the parts and accessories in it. I'll just go ahead and set that down here so the camera just see that real quick. But these are all your little bays, screws, and all that type of stuff. Here are all the cables for hooking up all of your stuff, including your USB 3.0, your eSATA, and all that stuff. They're all right here. These are all for the connections that we showed you on the front of the case earlier. Inside of the case also, it's hard to see, but there's actually another wire in there. I'm just telling you this because it's hard to see inside the case. There's another wire in here actually for the front intake fan. So on the bottom of the case, there's actually room if you want to. There's 4 feet. And there's room for an additional fan right here if you'd want to use it. That might be a little bit overkill on this kind of case, but... So basically this is it. The Ranger is a case that costs $69. It's available on Newegg. Like I said, it's an entry level case. Overall, it's pretty well made. It's okay. There's a few sharp edges like I talked about right here. Not really too copacetic on that. Some things that are cool, we talked about the removable motherboard tray. Due to the fact that this opening right back here is very, very large, as you can see, there'll be no problem at all with accessing and removing your heatsink and getting it off the motherboard with this case. So if I would have to say right now, just a mini review to sum it up, I'd say 75% of this case is really good for the price and about 25 just sucks. That being the sharp edges that I just don't like at all. But this was the unboxing. Check back with us in a couple of days. We'll have the full system build and we'll also have the full written review over on our website, Motherboards.org. Make sure to subscribe to our newsletter, and if you haven't already, check out our first ever Motherboards.org Reader's Choice Awards. Around here, your vote counts.